The Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be one of Samsung's most talked about flagships. We've heard about its thinner design, a brighter display, faster charging, and even a new camera setup. But behind all these upgrades, one big question remains: should this phone cost more than the $1,299 price tag of the Galaxy S25 Ultra? Honestly, the answer feels like a solid no. And let me explain why smartphones today have reached a point where year-on-year improvements are getting smaller. We're no longer seeing the massive leaps in performance, design, or features that used to make new phones truly exciting. Instead, we get slightly faster processors, marginally brighter displays, and somewhat better cameras. It's what people call a plateau. Now, Samsung is marketing the S26 Ultra as an improvement, and to be fair, there are upgrades. But are they worth charging customers even more? Not really. One of the biggest reasons a price hike is being discussed has nothing to do with the phone itself, it's about chip production costs. Reports say TSMC, the company that makes chips for brands like Qualcomm and MediaTek, has increased the cost of its advanced 3nm wafers. MediaTek is paying about 24% more, and Qualcomm around 16% more. These added costs usually get passed down to the customer, which is why phones like the Galaxy S26 or even Apple's future iPhones could get pricier. But here's where Samsung might play a different card. Rumors suggest that instead of using Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, the Galaxy S26 Ultra could come with Samsung's own Exynos 2600 chip. Now, this is interesting. Exynos chips have a rocky past. They often lagged behind Snapdragon in both performance and efficiency, and users weren't happy with heating issues. In fact, many people actively avoided Exynos models in favor of Snapdragon. So the idea of Samsung switching back to its in-house chips has raised eyebrows. On paper, though, the Exynos 2600 doesn't look bad at all. It's rumored to be built on Samsung's 10nm GAA process, which would actually make it the first smartphone chip at that size more advanced than the 3nm chips competitors are using. The chip might have a 10-core CPU and an Eclipse 960 GPU that could even beat Qualcomm's Adreno 830 by around 15%. Better heat management is also expected, which could solve one of the biggest complaints about older Exynos chips. So yes, it sounds promising, but the problem is trust. Many consumers still see Exynos as a downgrade compared to Snapdragon, and convincing them otherwise will take time and a lot of proof. And this is exactly why Samsung shouldn't be charging more. If the S26 Ultra ends up using Exynos, then production costs are likely lower compared to Snapdragon models. Charging extra while introducing a chipset that many consider inferior would simply frustrate loyal buyers. Let's look at the other upgrades. Charging speed might jump from 45 West to 60 West. It's a nice bump, but far from industry-leading. Brands like OnePlus already offer 100W or more, which can fully charge a phone in around 30 minutes. Samsung's upgrade may cut charging time to under an hour for its 5000 mAh battery, but it's hardly groundbreaking. Wireless charging may still remain at 15W, which feels outdated at this price point. The display is expected to be a 6.89-inch OLED panel with Samsung's new M14 material. This means brighter visuals, lower power consumption, and a longer lifespan. There are also rumors about Flex Magic Pixel technology for better viewing angles and privacy, as well as code technology for sharper colors and thinner screens. Definitely solid improvements, but again, nothing revolutionary. On the camera side, the S26 Ultra could feature a new 200MP main sensor for improved low-light performance and natural bokeh. The ultra-wide and telephoto cameras may stay similar to the S25 Ultra, though a 50MP for X-zoom and faster lens could be added. Cameras will definitely remain a strong point, but Samsung already had one of the best setups with the S25 Ultra. As for design, the phone may keep its flat sides and rounded corners, but get slightly slimmer by 0.4mm. Honestly, that's barely noticeable in real-world use. Personally, I think Samsung could have used that space to increase the battery size by 700 or 800 mAh instead of focusing on making the phone thinner. So, when you put it all together, what do we have? A phone with a brighter display, somewhat faster charging, a slimmed-down body, and a new 200MP main camera. Add in the controversial Exynos 2600 chipset, and you'll understand why many people believe Samsung has no business raising the $1,299 price tag. At the end of the day, $1,300 is already a lot of money. For that price, buyers expect meaningful improvements, not marginal upgrades packaged as revolutionary. If Samsung decides to charge even more, their marketing will likely push terms like premium, next level, and game-changing. But will customers really clap for it? Probably not. The Galaxy S26 Ultra looks good, no doubt. It will be powerful, sleek, and loaded with top features. But unless Samsung keeps the price the same, or even lower if Exynos is indeed used, many people might start questioning if the Ultra is still worth its name.